On this episode, I'm going to be showing you how to make a paver garden bed edging around your house so that you can have that clean, modern, and appealing look in front of your house. So stay tuned. Welcome to Fix This House. If you're new to the channel, consider pressing the subscribe and notification bell so you could always be in tune on DIYs, how-to videos, and product reviews that I do within this channel. So today's episode is a fun project that you can do to spice up the front of your home or just the edges and add a little simplistic and modern feel around your home. But the very first thing that you want to do is you want to try to clear off some bushes or anything that might be around the area that might get in the way of your project. So in this case, I had this bush that was sitting right on the way that I was going to put my pavers on. So I'm just carefully digging it out, preserving the roots, and we're just going to replant it somewhere else. You want to try to fill in that hole with the dirt that you just took out. My son was kind enough to help me try to fill in the hole. And what I'm using here is a transfer shovel, which helps really well. And I'm using my tamper tool so that I can use this to compact the sand right underneath. The pavers that I'll be using today are these rectangular pavers. They're about 7 over inches and 15 over inches. I don't know approximate what they are, but I'm also going to be using these paver sand and this paver base. So if you're familiar with my other project, I did a similar project with paver walkways. So if you're interested on that video, check out this link on the top right. So I'm going to be marking it to around 28 inches, and that's where I'm going to mark it with my plastic stake. Now, if you're interested on all the tools that I use within this video, I'll leave the link all in the description down below. I'm going to be running my string approximately 28 inches away from the wall. This is going to be an L shape I'm going to be doing, but a total of 75 square feet in total. Now I'm going to be using my square spade here. This is perfect for the edging and to have that nice clean edge. So if you want to use this tool as well, I'll leave the link on the description down below. But this is very helpful so you can get that nice clean edge. So this pickaxe is very helpful as well to loosen down the soil. And for the rest of this, you can use your transfer shovel to get all that extra dirt. So for me, I'm going to be digging 4-inch deep. That'll give me enough room for my paver base, paver sand, and for my pavers right on top. Now it's totally up to you how deep you want to do it. If you want it flush with the existing soil, just do the necessary calculations. Also, I ran across a bunch of these roots, so be prepared to unearth a lot of roots and also a lot of rocks. So when you're done with that, just use your tamper tool to tampen down the loose soil so that you can have a nice solid base. So here we go. Here is what we have so far. We have 4-inch deep trench right here. Now it's time to cover that area with this landscape fabric, also weed mat. I'll leave a link on the description down below if you need this. I'm gonna go lay this down. This should cover enough for the 75 square foot that we'll be doing on this project. Luckily, my daughter was kind enough to help me out laying this down. So the next thing that we're going to lay down is this paver base. This is just pretty much a bunch of crushed rocks, concrete. This is going to help us have a nice foundation so that we can have a nice base when we start putting the paver sand right over it. So spread this evenly around. I'm actually just putting down about 3/4 inch thick of it all the way around. So unfortunately, Lowe's ran out of the paver base, the type that I was using before, so I ended up just using this pea gravel, which will work just fine, so you can have a nice base for drainage as well. So either or, it's up to you what do you want to use, but for me, I just went with the alternative. I think pea gravel will just do just fine for the drainage and for a good base. So once you have everything laid out, you're just going to use your tamper tool once again, and you're going to tamper down everything take your utility knife and cut off the excess from your weed mat. Next step is the paver sand. Now this is a lot finer rather than the paver base. So from my experience, I wouldn't recommend going over an inch thick of this stuff. I would just go around 3/4 inch up to 1 inch, and you're just going to evenly spread it around over the paver base. So you're going to distribute this the same way over the pea gravel as well. So once that's done, this is with the process what we call screeding. I just took pretty much a 1/2 inch PVC pipe that was laying around. I used one of my scrap baseboards or any flat edge that you want. You can even use a 2x4 to do this. And you're just going to screed and make sure that all the paver sand is distributed evenly across the surface area. What you're going to do is you're just going to evenly space it out. If you have any low spots, fill those in. High spots, you take it out, and so forth. You're going to go right along the whole trench. Once that's done, take your tamper tool once again and you tamper this down. Now you can actually rent a tamper machine from Home Depot or Lowe's, but that will probably cost you an extra. Plus, doing this is a lot cheaper and definitely a good workout as well. It's fun and it's very therapeutic. Now, since this is going to be on the side of my house, I wanted to have a slope that's going away from my house, so in case that it rains, the water doesn't collect on the edge of the home. So you want to have a slight runoff to the edge. And now we're going to put the pavers and we're going to space it. Now you want to start off to where it crosses over. You don't want to start at the edge. You want to start where it crosses, so you have a nice evenly laid out pavers all throughout. And you're going to measure it from the edge to edge. Make sure that the measurement is nice and even. Now you're going to make some adjustments, and we're going to use our level and make sure that the horizontal and vertical spots are nice and even. Now for this spot right here, there was a low area, so I'm gonna fill that in. Don't be scared to put some paver sand under there, and then you're gonna re-level it. You want to use a rubber mallet and gently tap on this so that you can make some necessary adjustments on the level. Be very careful though, because hitting this too hard will eventually crack it. I had 2 of them crack already when I was using and tamping it down with my mallet, so just be very careful. So once again, your level is your best friend. You want to go and connect both of the levels on each side. Make sure that it's nice and even, going horizontal and vertically. And notice that there is a gap there. We'll get to that gap later on. And you're just going to continue on tampering it down all the way across. So notice on some areas, I had to get a bunch of the paver sand from the existing areas. I had to move it around because this was only way that I can make it nice and even, so I had to grab some of that extra stuff. But don't worry, if you run out, just grab whatever you can on the middle, and then we're going to fill that in with some paver sand later. Now this tool that I'm about to use right here came in very helpful. This is my angle grinder tool from Black & Decker. I'm using this diamond wheel, the 4.5 inch. If you're interested on this, I'll leave a link on the description down below. But this is very helpful, and it's perfect for cutting masonry and for cutting concrete like this. It cuts like butter. So I highly suggest that if you're cutting, make sure you just wear a good respirator, and yeah, it produces a lot of dust. Again, that's why we always start onto the middle and work our way all the way to the edge, so that we can have that nice clean ending. And there you have it, friends. We have all the pavers laid down. It is nice and even all throughout. You can see that the leveling is nice and perfect. Again, there's some areas that are missing some paver sand. We're going to fill those in later on. And if we look at it from a different angle, it is all leveled out. And that's why it's very, very important that you use a level. Alright friends, so now we're going to do with the fun part, we're going to put some marble rock. This is the white marble rock that I got from Lowe's. It complements the sidings of my home, so it's up to you which rocks that you want to put. You want to put pebble, pond rocks, whichever you want to use. But this one I went with the white so that it has that nice, clean, modern feel. So what you can also do is you can add plants around here. Unfortunately, Lowe's didn't have the plants that I wanted, but you can definitely put plants around here. All you got to do is dig a hole to the areas that you want. Don't be scared to go and get these rocks pretty much separated so you can put some plants over it. But for me, I'm just going to put the rocks for now, and then if I find the right plants that I want, I'm going to go and dig those holes and plant those plants. So here you have it friends, this is what it looked like before. I had that bush in the way and it just looks very barren, very dull, and it really didn't have any appeal to it. But this is what it looks like now. Definitely adds character to the front of the home. It looks more modern, a lot cleaner, and definitely gives value to the front of the home. So let me know in the comment section below what you think of this, and make sure you stay tuned for a little bit because I'm gonna go down to the breakdown cost of how much we spent all together. So thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. Now let's get down to the cost breakdown. We're covering about 75 square feet. I used 15 pavers, $1.58 each, total of $23.70. 16 paver base, that's $5.48 each, $87.68 total. 6 pea gravel, $5.68 each, $34.08. 15 marble rocks, that's $6.38 each, $95.70, which gives us to the grand total of $241.16 that I spent for this project. Now once again friends, thank you so much for tuning in. If you found value to this video, let me know in the comment section down below what you think of this project. And if you are planning to do this, if you have any questions, make sure you leave a comment down below. I'll be glad to answer them. If you found value, please hit that big thumbs up, subscribe, notification bell, and I'll see you friends on the next DIY how-to video.